Hey guys, welcome back to Know Your Stuff. Today we're going to do a little bit of a look at the new Gerber Jukebox. I've seen a couple of reviews online, a couple of people talking about it, but I've had this for a couple weeks now, been able to hang on to it and use it for a couple weeks before I made the video so that I could get a feel for it and give you guys my best feedback. So, first off, this is just to get it off the plate. This is a $35 to $40 knife. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about all this stuff. So this is the packaging that it comes in. Actually, I was a little bit disappointed about that, although I guess I should have expected for a $40 knife. It's kind of a clamshell packaging. But just to get a couple quick things out of the way, this is 7CR stainless steel, so not your best. But again, for $35 to $40, pretty much what you could expect. And over here they say front flipper for easy deployment. Well, not so sure about that. We'll talk about that. And on the back here, you got just a little bit of a description about it. Nothing really too earth-shattering. So I'll just move on from there and let you look at it. All right, let me put that out of the way here. So onto the knife here, you see it's got these really cool looking swirled acrylic handles. They come in two color options, this one and then there's a black and white marbled, which looks similarly except for the colors are black and white. And these are completely unique to each other. I mean, if you look at the back of this one, I'm gonna go ahead and say that there's no two that are alike. Really cool effect. Looks like one of these old guitars or old strum plate on a old guitar, meant to look like a 50s era, 60s era jukebox type thing. You'll notice that it has a pretty large flipper tang here. That is a bit of a point of contention, I think, for me and a bunch of people. I think it could be a bit smaller, although it does fit the style of the knife, so that's pretty cool. But I think it could be a bit smaller, and I may actually go ahead and make it a bit smaller. I'm not someone who's really afraid to customize my stuff to make it the way I like it. And again, same thing sort of here on the back to talk about the pocket clip. Pocket clip works well. I don't really think it needed this really large Gerber branding on it. There is some Gerber branding on the blade, you'll see there in a second. And if they did want this large Gerber branding on here, I think they could have used kind of a font that fit the style of the knife a little bit better. But the pocket clip works well enough, and it's super deep carry. As you can see, it comes all the way down here, so really the only thing that's sticking out is this tang. I don't really think that the pocket clip itself, a pocket clip, really fits the style of this knife. But that said, I'm glad that they put it on here because I really don't use any knives without pocket clips for the most part. The ones that I have that have pocket clips get the most use, is what I'm saying. So I'm glad that they did put it on here. That's the reason why I purchased it. So now to get into the opening of it, you see it's a bit of a finger gymnastics in order to make that happen smoothly. You got a modified sheep's foot blade here. That's what they call it, a modern sheep's foot, I think. It came reasonably sharp, although I did sharpen it just because this thing is straight and it's super easy to sharpen. It came with a little bit of a funny grind on the tip. I don't know if I was able to get most of it out, but the tip was a little bit funny on the grind. can see there's some small Gerber branding there. Overall, like I said, it's a really cool knife. It's really cool for EDC. I don't know how practical it is. I mean, I've used it for cutting some fruit and some light cutting tasks, and it's done fine. As you can see, once you have it for a little while, you can definitely get the handle of opening it and closing it with one hand. It's not difficult. And there's also this little move you can sort of do against your pant leg. If you whack it there, it'll bring it open. But again, I think that they could have done with a shorter tang here and just made it a little bit more flippy. And I think the problem is that if you look at the way my hand is positioned, if I keep my hand here, it hits it. So really, you got to start with your hand way choked down here and sort of do a little move as you come around. But once you have it, you know, like I said, you can do it easily with one hand without much thought. Another interesting point to make about this knife is you would think that based on its look and based on its action, that it's a slip joint, but it's not. You'll see there's a liner lock. The liner lock has a nice little shape to it, a nice little knurling on it, jimping on it, so you can get a good grip on it. I'd say overall, it's nice. It's a nice knife for $35, $30, $40. I kind of wish that they had taken this and buried it a bit deeper into the handle, since the handle is so wide. I don't really see why. If you look down here, there was plenty of room for them to tuck the blade in. I don't know if you can see that. There was plenty of room for them to tuck the blade in. Could have made it sort of flush with there. I think it would have been a bit more attractive. And I think it's wide enough as it is that it doesn't really need any additional width. But overall, you know, for $35, $40, I definitely like it. I think it's I think it's a cool knife. I think it's looks cool in EDC. People definitely want to know what it is when you take it out of your pocket. Yeah, so that's about it. I don't know that there's much else I can say about this, but I did want to get a little bit of a review and a discussion out there, because I know that a lot of people are taking a look at these and are interested. So now you know my thoughts on it, and a little bit better info, so you know if you're interested in it. I just wanted to say here too, what are we drinking today? Sam Smith Pure Brewed Organic Lager. Delicious. All right, they're not sponsoring my video, although I'd love it if they were. All right, guys, signing out. See you next time.